behalf of the Pakistan Sports Writer Federation, Sports Writer Association Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, warmly welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen. So put your hands together that you are part of this Peace and Sports International Conference. Now I would like to invite the man behind all guns, certainly. They are big in numbers, who did and who proved that he be the only one representing this part of the world to the rest part of the world. Mr. Amjad Aziz Malik,
मुअज़्ज़ज़ मेहमानान गिरामी, आपको दिल की गहराइयों के साथ खुश आमदीद. I would like to welcome the President of the Asian Sports Journalists Federation, which called AIPS Asia, Mr. Hee Dong-jung from South Korea. I would like to welcome the Executive Committee member from last 5 terms, the senior-most sports journalist of Romania, Mr. Emanuel. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very good friend from our brotherly country, Saudi Arabia. Please welcome Awad bin Mubarak. We have 2 of our great friends from our one great country, a great friendly country, father and daughter, Eldar Ismailov and Nargis Mahmoodzadi from Azerbaijan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have very good friend from our another very good country, the country of mountains, Mr. Niranjan Rajbansi from Nepal. He is also treasurer of the AIPS Asia. We have the president of the Sri Lankan Sports Media Association from Sri Lanka, Mr. Ram Krishnan. We are feeling so proud that we have a lady, a best photographer of a Hungarian association. She came all the way from Hungary, Miss Anna. We have 3 friends from our brotherly country, Afghanistan, Mr. Samiullah Sirat, Saeedullah Safi, and Salman Niazi. And finally, we have our another friend, which got the visa at the last moment, but he is now with us, from Malaysia, Mr. Izhar Atan. So thank you very much, my friends. You are here to attending this conference, and I would like to thank Sayyid Akil Shah, who is the president of the Provincial Olympic Association, which called Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Olympic Association. Mr. Shah is also senior vice president of the Pakistan Olympic Association, so he's representing Pakistan Olympic Association and KP Olympic Association. We have so many great friends here, and I will introduce when I have time, but if you permit, Mr. President, that I should talk Urdu and English mix. Thank you. ख़वातीनो हज़रात, आज का दिन पेशावर के स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिस्ट के लिए एक यादगार दिन है. सूबे की तारीख में ये पहला मौका है जब दुनिया के 10 ममालिक के 12 मंदूबीन हमारे दरमियान मौजूद हैं. یہاں اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ کی عالمی تنظیم AIPS کے صدر جیانی مرلو اور ایشین اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ فیڈریشن AIPS ایشیا کے صدر مسٹر ہیدون جنگ کا شکریہ ادا کرنا چاہتا ہوں جو بین الاقوامی اسپورٹس کانفرنس میں شرکت کے لیے پشاور تشریف لائے. اس بین الاقوامی اسپورٹس اور امن کانفرنس کے انعقاد کا خیال اس لیے ذہن میں آیا کہ پشاور اور خیبر پختونخوا ایک طویل عرصے سے دہشت گردی کا شکار رہا. We are facing terrorism from last 15 years. So that was the reason that we are organizing this peace and sports conference to send a peace message from this hotel to all over the world that we are peace-loving people. We are peace-loving country. So that's why we are all here. 2005 میں یہ سلسلہ شروع ہوا جو لگ بھگ 15 برس جاری رہا. اس دوران ہماری سیکیورٹی فورسز اور عوام نے عظیم قربانیاں دیں. 90,000 افراد شہید ہوئے, اس سے زیادہ زخمی ہوئے. We sacrifices 90,000 people in the war against terrorism. ہماری معاشی اور اقتصادی صورتحال ابتر ہو گئی. ایک طرف ہم ملک و قوم کے لیے اپنی جانوں کے نذرانے پیش کر رہے تھے اور دوسری طرف بین الاقوامی سطح پر دہشت گردی کے خلاف جنگ میں ہمارے کردار کو سراہنے کی بجائے ہم پر ہی تنقید ہو رہی تھی. We were doing our best to counter terrorism. And the international level, nobody was interested to at least to say you are doing good. So ex-Inspector General of Police, Syed Akhtar Ali Shah, when he talked about this terrorism and everything, you will amaze at how we control and what happened with us. اگرچہ ہم جانتے تھے کہ ہماری محب وطن قوم ہے اور ہم امن پسند قوم ہیں, لیکن اس کے باوجود پاکستان کو ناقابل تلافی نقصان اٹھانا پڑا. مجھے یاد ہے جب میں 2012 میں روس کے شہر سوچی میں پہلی بار AIPS کی ایگزیکٹو کمیٹی کے انتخابات میں حصہ لے رہا تھا تو مجھے طالبان اور دہشت گرد جیسے الفاظ سننے کو ملے. میں اس کا ذکر میں آگے چل کے کروں گا. آج 10 سال کے بعد میں یہ باور کروانے میں کامیاب ہو گیا ہوں. یعنی 10 سال پہلے when I was in Sochi, when I started my campaign for the election, the people were saying, oh, you are from Pakistan, you are terrorist. You are from Peshawar? Oh, Peshawar is a very dangerous city. And Peshawar and the tribal areas. I was crying in the Sochi. But after 10 years, or maybe 12 years, now I am succeeded. آج میں کامیاب ہو گیا ہوں کہ 10 ملکوں کے 11 لوگ آپ کے سامنے لے آیا ہوں. تیس ممالک کی نمائندگی, 30,000 سے زیادہ اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ کی نمائندگی کرنے والے ایشیا کے صدر بھی ہمارے ساتھ موجود ہیں, اور عالمی تنظیم کی ایگزیکٹو کمیٹی کے رکن بھی یہاں موجود ہیں. میرے پاکستان کے تمام شہروں سے, تمام بڑے شہروں سے ہمارے اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ یہاں تشریف لے کے آئے ہیں. میں ان کا بھی بہت مشکور ہوں. چونکہ ساتھ ساتھ ذکر ہوتا رہے گا, میں آپ کو بتاتا رہوں گا پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن کیا ہے, کس طرح ہم آگے بڑھتے ہیں. خواتین و حضرات, دہشت گردی کے دوران جہاں ہم انتہائی مشکلات کا شکار تھے, وہیں ہمارے کھیلوں کے میدان بھی ویران ہو گئے. کھیلوں کے بین الاقوامی مقابلے ختم ہو گئے. غیر ملکی ٹیموں نے پاکستان آنے سے انکار کر دیا. ہمیں بیرون ملک کھیلنے پر مجبور کر دیا گیا. اس صورتحال کے تناظر میں پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن نے AIPS اور AIPS ایشیا کے پلیٹ فارم سے پاکستان کی بھرپور نمائندگی کی. ہم نے اپنی کانگریسز اور مختلف پروگرامز میں پاکستان کا مسلسل ایک بہترین چہرہ سامنے رکھا. When I was attending the Congress or attending these different activities of the international level, all the time I tried my best to portray a soft image of the country. My friends are there and they are the evidence. Whenever I sit on the stage as an executive committee member, I have Pakistan flag on my collar all the time. So just want to inform the people that I'm from Pakistan, and Pakistan is a very peaceful country, so you should come all the time. I mean, when I was in Azerbaijan, when I was in Korea, when I was any country, so I tried my best to portray a soft image of the country. آج ہمیں خوشی ہے کہ پاکستان میں امن بحال ہو رہا ہے اور کھیلوں کے میدان ایک بار پھر آباد ہو رہے ہیں. اسی سلسلے میں ہم نے اس کانفرنس کا انعقاد کیا ہے. اور جیسا کہ ہم بار بار کہتے ہیں کہ 10 ملکوں کے 11 لوگ آ گئے, یہ بڑا مشکل کام ہوتا ہے. اور پشاور جیسے شہر میں, خیبر پختونخوا میں اتنے ملکوں کو لانا, یہ بھی جان جوکھوں کا کام ہے. اور پھر آئی جی صاحب اس سے اتفاق کریں گے کہ خاص طور پہ جس طرح ہم ویزوں کے لیے اپلائی کرتے ہیں, جس طرح ہم ویزے لیتے ہیں, وہ کسی بھی طور اتنا آسان کام نہیں ہوتا. اور جیسا کہ میں نے اپنے دوست کا ذکر کیا ملیشیا کے, کہ ہمیں آخری 3 گھنٹے پہلے رات کو ویزا ملا اور انہوں نے سفر کا اپنے آغاز کیا, تو یہ قطعاً آسان نہیں ہوتا. اور خاص طور پہ بیک پہ جو ہماری یونیورسٹی آف پشاور کے مختلف ڈپارٹمنٹس کے اسٹوڈنٹس موجود ہیں, میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ اس کانفرنس میں آپ کو بہت سیکھنے کا موقع ملے گا, آپ کو سمجھنے کا موقع ملے گا کہ کس طرح سے کھیلوں کے مقابلے منعقد کروائے جاتے ہیں, کس طرح سے غیر ملکی صحافیوں کو بلانے کی کوشش کی جاتی ہے, کس طرح سے ہم اپنے ملک کا ایک سافٹ امیج دنیا کے سامنے رکھتے ہیں, اور اس کے لیے ہمیں کتنی مشکلات کا سامنا کرنا پڑتا ہے. لیکن آخر میں ہم کامیاب ہوتے ہیں, کیونکہ ہمیں معلوم ہے کہ ہم انتہائی مخلص ہیں, ہماری نیت صاف ہے اور ہم نے آگے بڑھنا ہے. تو مجھے یقین ہے, اور میں تمام اسٹوڈنٹ سے یہ درخواست کروں گا کہ آج کے دن بھی آپ دیکھیں گے جو یہ سیشنز آگے بڑھیں گے تو آپ کو بہت سیکھنے کا موقع ملے گا. لیٹس سے اس کے بعد جو دوسرا سیشن ہے, تو پاکستان اور قطر کے درمیان جب ہم بات کریں گے دوستی کی, تو آپ دیکھیں گے کہ آپ کے شہر سے تعلق رکھنے والے ایک جرنلسٹ نے ایک کتاب لکھی ہے, اور نہ صرف دوستی کا حق ادا کیا ہے, بلکہ یہ اعزاز حاصل کیا ہے کہ وہ ایشیا کا واحد جرنلسٹ ہے جس نے ورلڈ کپ قطر کے اوپر بہت خوبصورت کتاب لکھی ہے, جو آپ کو بھی یقینی طور پہ پسند آئے گی. خواتین و حضرات, جب یہ غیر ملکیوں کو ہم بلاتے ہیں تو کس طرح سے سافٹ امیج سامنے جائے گا؟ کیا بس ہم اس طرح کی کانفرنس کریں گے, بولیں گے, ابھی ہمارے اور بھی مقررین بولیں گے, بڑی تفصیل کے ساتھ بولیں گے, اور جب تھک جائیں گے تو پھر چائے کے لیے جائیں گے, پھر 2 سیشن اور ہوں گے, پھر بات کریں گے, پھر تھک جائیں گے, پھر کھانا کھائیں گے, اور پھر اس کے بعد پھر مزید سیشن ہوگا. تو کیا اس سے ہمارا سافٹ امیج جائے گا؟ کیا ہماری باتوں کو یہ اہمیت دیں گے؟ یہ بڑا مشکل ہوتا ہے. معلوم نہیں میری باتوں پہ یہ یقین کرتے یا نہیں کرتے. آپ اگر ان کو علیحدگی میں بتائیں کہ جی ہم تو بڑے پرامن لوگ ہیں اور نہیں جی آپ مانیں, تو کیسے مانیں گے؟ آپ کی تقریروں سے تو نہیں مانتے. لہٰذا ہم نے کیا کیا کہ ان کو کل دورہ کروایا. کہاں کا دورہ کروایا؟ ہم نے پورے پشاور کی ان کو سیر کروائی, اور انہیں ضلع خیبر میں لے گئے. پاک افغان سرحد کا دورہ کروایا, قلعہ بالا حصار کی سیر کروائی, خٹک, محسود اور چترالی ڈانس دکھایا, BRT کی سیر کروائی, انہیں بس میں بٹھایا اور انہیں پورے شہر کو میں گھمایا تاکہ ان کو پتہ چلے کہ ہمارا چھوٹا سا شہر جو 29 کلومیٹر اسکوائر کلومیٹر ہے, ان کتنا خوبصورت شہر ہے. اس کے بعد ہم نے ان کو اسلامیہ کالج کی تاریخی عمارت دکھائی, ساتھ میں 1000 روپے کا نوٹ بھی دکھایا کہ دیکھیے یہ اس قدر اہمیت کی حامل اسلامیہ کالج کی بلڈنگ ہے. انہوں نے دیکھا, وہاں پہ تصویریں بنائیں, بہت خوش ہوئے. اس سے پہلے میں مسٹر ہیدون جنگ اور مسٹر ایمانویل کو اور مسٹر نرنجن کو مردان لے کے گیا, مردان دکھایا کہ مردان بھی ہمارا بہت بڑا خوبصورت شہر ہے. اور پھر ان کو تخت بائی لے کے گیا کہ دیکھیے یہاں پہ آپ کے بدھزم کے اثرات بھی ہیں, اس کو بھی دیکھیے ہم نے کیسے سنبھال کے رکھا ہوا ہے. اور کیا آپ یقین کریں گے کہ اس دورے کے بعد آج دنیا کے 60 سے زیادہ جو مجھے یہ بھیج رہے ہیں ویب سائٹس کے اوپر, مجھے مسٹر عواد ابھی بتا رہے تھے سعودی عرب میں وہاں کے اخبارات میں, ابھی مجھے تھوڑی دیر پہلے عرب نیوز کا ٹیلی فون آیا, وہ مجھ سے بات کرنا چاہ رہے ہیں, اس کانفرنس کے بارے میں جاننا چاہ رہے ہیں. مجھے بیجنگ میں کوئی نیوز ایجنسی کا فون آیا, شنوا نیوز ایجنسی, وہ مجھ سے پوچھ رہی ہے اس کانفرنس کے بارے میں. تو گویا پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن, خیبر پختونخوا اسپورٹس رائٹرز ایسوسی ایشن, ملک سعد میموریل اسپورٹس ٹرسٹ, ہم سارے مل کر اس میں کامیاب ہو گئے کہ ہم نے پاکستان کا خوبصورت چہرہ آج ساری دنیا کے سامنے رکھ دیا ہے. تو گویا باتوں کے ساتھ ساتھ معزز جناب طاہر صاحب بھی بیٹھے ہوئے ہیں, ہمارے صوبائی فٹ بال ایسوسی ایشن کے صدر بھی رہے اور آج کل چیئرمین ہیں, اور مختلف عہدوں پہ یہ فائز رہے, اور ٹینس کی پروموشن میں ان کا بڑا رول ہے. میرے ساتھ پاکستان کی فٹ بال ٹیم کے سابق کپتان گور زمان تشریف رکھتے ہیں, انہوں نے پاکستان کی بہت میچوں میں نمائندگی کی ہے. اظہر علی شاہ آج کل ساؤتھ ایشین سائیکلنگ فیڈریشن کے صدر ہیں, وہ یہاں پہ موجود ہیں, اور ان کے ساتھ پھر کیا کہتے ہیں بہار جیسی شخصیت جناب قمر زمان کی یہاں پہ موجود ہے, جو پاکستان کے عالمی اسکواش کے چیمپئن رہے ہیں. تو میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ وہ باتیں جو گفتگو کے ذریعے سے ہم نہیں پہنچا سکتے تھے, ہم نے عملی طور پہ کوشش کی کہ اس کو آگے لے کے جائیں. اگلے 2 دن بھی اسی حوالے سے بڑی انتہائی اہمیت کے حامل ہیں, اور مجھے یقین ہے کہ جب بھی اخباروں میں خبریں چھپیں گی تو کم از کم ہم اپنے مقصد میں ضرور کامیاب ہو جائیں گے. I was talking about the visit which we paid visit to the Mardan and Takhbai, and then we went to Khyber to see the Pak-Afghan border, and we enjoyed a lot to the dances. And then what I wanted, that we should portray our soft image before the conference. So in the conference, you just only listen to our speakers, but physically you visited, and I'm so grateful for all the delegates that you have published news in different newspapers and on the social media today, and from last 2 days we are watching, or we are seeing so many news and different reports. خواتین و حضرات, اب میں چاہوں گا کہ آپ کو پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن کے بارے میں بھی بتایا جائے. ہماری فیڈریشن صوبائی سطح کی 4 ایسوسی ایشنوں اور اسلام آباد, فاٹا جو کہ اب مرجڈ ایریا ہیں, اور گلگت بلتستان کے اوپر قائم ہے. گویا مجموعی طور پہ 7 یونٹ ہیں. فاٹا چونکہ اب خیبر پختونخوا کا حصہ بن گیا ہے, تو ہم نے اب کوشش کی ہے کہ آئین میں تبدیلی کی جائے, اور فاٹا کو بھی ہم اپنی خیبر پختونخوا اسپورٹس رائٹرز ایسوسی ایشن میں ضم کر دیں. جہاں تک گلگت بلتستان اور آزاد کشمیر کا تعلق ہے, تو اتفاق سے ہماری ایسوسی ایشن وہاں پہ زیادہ فعال نہیں ہے. اس طرح مجموعی طور پر 4 صوبے اور راولپنڈی اسلام آباد ایسوسی ایشنیں کام کر رہی ہیں. 400 سے زیادہ اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ ان ایسوسی ایشنوں کا حصہ ہے. We have 4 provincial associations, and then we have 3 other units, but at this moment we are working with 25 delegates in the 5 associations, and overall we have more than 400 sports journalists, in which we have more than 70 AIPS card holders, which is a very good, the number for the AIPS, because I know the China and Japan have more AIPS members, but in Pakistan Sports Writers Federation we have 70 AIPS card holders, which is very good, and AIPS cards are very important. If you have this card in Pakistan or in South Asian countries, whenever you apply for the accreditation for the big games, so you can get this accreditation from the for the international events. ہم ہر 4 سال کے بعد انتخابات کرواتے ہیں, عہدیداروں کا چناؤ کیا جاتا ہے, اور اس کے بعد پھر ہماری فیڈریشن ایشین اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ فیڈریشن بناتی ہے مل کر, جس کے مجموعی ممبران کی تعداد 30 ہے. پھر 4 بر اعظم ایشیا, افریقہ, یورپ اور امریکہ, یہ مل کر عالمی تنظیم بناتے ہیں جس کا نام ہے ورلڈ اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ فیڈریشن, بٹ اس کال AIPS. یہ لاطینی لفظ ہے, اور ایسوسی ایشن انٹرنیشنل پریس اسپورٹس, لیکن ہم اس کو عالمی اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ کی تنظیم کہتے ہیں. AIPS کا قیام 1924 میں عمل میں آیا تھا, جب اولمپکس کے دوران, جب فرانس میں پیرس میں اولمپکس ہو رہے تھے, اس میں یہ تنظیم بنائی گئی تھی. اور آئندہ سال ہم AIPS کی 100 سالہ تقریبات منائیں گے. اور میں بھی یہ بھی آپ کو بتاؤں کہ اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ کی عالمی تنظیم کا قیام ایک باکسنگ رنگ میں ہوا تھا, جس میں 4 لوگوں نے مل کر یہ تنظیم بنائی تھی. یہ بالکل ویسے ہی ہے جیسے راشد جاوید ہمارے درمیان موجود ہیں, جو کہ ہمارے فاؤنڈر ممبر ہیں ایسوسی ایشن کے, اور ہم نے بھی 4 لوگوں نے مل کے خیبر پختونخوا اسپورٹس رائٹرز ایسوسی ایشن کی بنیاد رکھی. I was talking about the AIPS, which founded in 1924, and now we are preparing to have this 100-year celebrations in the next year in Paris. But I inform my participants that the AIPS when established, so there was a boxing ring, and the 4 people were sitting in the boxing ring. So when we started our association in Peshawar as a Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Sports Writers Association, we were 4 people. Now we have more than 100 people in this association nowadays. اب ہمارا جو کردار ہے وہ اس طرح رہا کہ پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن تو بڑی فعال تھی جو پہلے سے بنی ہوئی تھی. 70 کی دہائی میں بڑی کامیاب تھی ایسوسیشن, اور اس کے بعد تقریباً 30 ایئرس ہماری ایسوسیشن فعال نہیں رہی. پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن فعال نہیں رہی, اور ہم نے پھر جب 2009 میں ایک کانگریس ہوئی اٹلی کے شہر میلانو میں, میں اور میرے سیکرٹری جنرل زاہد فاروق ملک جو کہ یہاں پہ موجود ہیں, یہ بعد میں پھر صدر بھی بنے ایسوسیشن کے اور سیکرٹری بھی رہے, آج کل بھی سیکرٹری ہیں, ہم دونوں گئے میلان میں. ہم نے بقایا جات کو کلیئر کیا, اور اس کے بعد ہم نے دوبارہ اپنی ایسوسیشن کو فعال کیا. 2009 میں 30 سال کے بعد اس فیڈریشن کو دوبارہ بحال کیا, اور اب ایک جائزہ مختصر آپ کے سامنے رکھنا چاہتا ہوں جس کا تذکرہ میں نے پہلے بھی کیا. خواتین و حضرات, انتخابات کے بعد ہماری خواہش تھی, جب ہم 2009 میں آئے ہم نے اپنا آئین بنا لیا, پھر ہم نے اس کے بعد کہا کہ ہم چلتے ہیں الیکشن لڑتے ہیں, اور روس کے شہر سوچی میں انتخابات ہونا تھے. مجھے بھی موقع ملا کہ میں ان انتخابات میں حصہ لوں, اور پاکستان کے لیے بہت مشکل تھا. یہ خواہش تو ہر ایک کی ہو سکتی ہے کہ وہ کوئی عہدیدار منتخب ہو, لیکن عالمی سطح پہ بہت مشکل ہوتا ہے, کیونکہ وہاں پہ ہماری طرح کے الیکشن نہیں ہوتے. معذرت کے ساتھ عاقل شاہ صاحب سے, وہاں پہ وہ داندلی کا بھی الزام نہیں لگتا. وہاں تو ووٹنگ میٹر ہوتا ہے, اور آپ اگر 104 کنٹریز ہیں آپ کے پاس ووٹنگ میٹر ہے, تو آپ نے سامنے اسکرین پہ سیکنڈز میں رزلٹ دیکھنا ہے, آپ کو پتہ چل جائے گا کہ آپ نے کتنے ووٹس لیے ہیں. لہٰذا بڑا مشکل تھا. ہم نے کہا کہ ہم بھی انتخابات میں قسمت آزمائی کرتے ہیں, اور کوشش یہ کرتے ہیں کہ کچھ نہ کچھ تو ووٹ ملیں, دیکھتے ہیں کتنے ووٹ ملتے ہیں, شاید ساؤتھ ایشیا سے چند ووٹس ہمیں مل جائیں. تو لہٰذا ہم نے بھی پیپر جمع کرا دیے 3 مہینے پہلے الیکشن سے, اور اس کے بعد جناب ہم پہنچے سوچی, اور جا کے اپنے انٹرنیشنل ڈیلیگیٹس کو, جیسا کہ میں نے پہلے کہا کہ میں بتاتا تھا کہ ہم نے بڑی قربانیاں دی ہیں, اس وقت تک 60,000 قربانیاں تھیں, اور ہم لوگوں کو بتانا چاہ رہے تھے. جس کے پاس جاتا ہوں وہ کہتا ہے آپ ٹیررسٹ ہو. اب اس کو میں تھوڑا سا اردو میں ہی رکھوں گا کہ آپ دہشت گرد ہیں, آپ تو افغان بارڈر کے قریب رہتے ہیں, لہٰذا آپ کو ووٹ دینا تو بڑی نامناسب بات ہے, کل کو آپ پتہ نہیں اسپورٹس میں کیا کر دیں گے. تو ہم نے تو کہا کہ اب کیسے الیکشن میں حصہ لیا جائے. تو میں بڑا خوش ہوں کہ ہماری جو مدد کی وہ پھر انڈیا اور نیپال نے مدد کی. ان دونوں کنٹریز نے مجھے مجبور کیا کہ میں الزامات سننے کی بجائے, تنقید سننے کی بجائے اپنے مقصد کو سامنے رکھوں اور آگے بڑھوں, اور ان لوگوں پہ ثابت کروں جیسے کہ ہم شروع سے امن پسندی کی بات کرتے آ رہے ہیں. تو خواتین و حضرات, آپ کو خوشی ہوگی کہ ہم نے اس قدر عمدہ کیمپین کی اپنے دونوں دوستوں کے ساتھ مل کے, کہ جب الیکشن تھے تو 104 ممالک میں ایگزیکٹو کمیٹی کے انتخابات کے لیے میں جو آپ کے سامنے موجود ہوں 2012 میں 78 ووٹ کے ساتھ پہلی پوزیشن پر آیا اور کامیابی حاصل کی. یہ وہ جہد مسلسل تھی. پاکستان کے کھیلوں کے بارے میں آپ جانتے ہیں, لیکن میں اس لیے زیادہ تفصیل سے بتا رہا ہوں کہ آپ کی زیادہ اکثریت پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن کے بارے میں نہیں جانتی. تو جب ہم نے 4 سال میں یہ کامیابی حاصل کی, اس کے بعد اس قدر کام کیا کہ ہمارا کام کیا ہوتا ہے بنیادی طور پہ, کہ ہم اولمپکس میں صحافیوں کو کیا سہولتیں دے سکتے ہیں, ان کے لیے کیا انٹرنیٹ ہونا چاہیے کہ نہیں, کہاں پہ انٹرنیٹ ہونا چاہیے, کھانے کی کیا صورتحال ہوگی, یہ ساری تفصیلات ہم شیئر کرتے تھے. اور فائنلی 4 سال کے بعد مجھے دوسری مرتبہ موقع ملا کہ میں پیونگ چنگ میں, جب مسٹر ہیدون کے ہم مہمان تھے. میری خواہش ہوگی کہ درمیان میں اگر باتیں آپ نہیں کریں گے تو توجہ جاتی ہے, سنیں ہمیں. اور اس کی وجہ یہ ہے, خاص طور پہ جو بیگ پہ موبائل ٹیلی فون کو کائنڈلی اس کو سائلنٹ پہ لے آئیں, اور یہاں بھی اس لیفٹ سائڈ سے بھی ذرا باتیں تھوڑی آہستہ کریں, تھوڑا سی آواز آہستہ رکھیں, وہ ساری توجہ وہاں پہ چلی جاتی, کسی بھی اسپیکر کے لیے بڑی مشکل ہوتا ہے. تو خواتین و حضرات, پیونگ چنگ میں جب دوبارہ الیکشن ہوئے تو آپ کو یہ جان کر خوشی ہوگی کہ پاکستان کا نام اتنا لوگوں کے ذہنوں میں آ گیا تھا کہ پھر ہم نے دوبارہ کامیابی حاصل کی, اور اگلے 4 سال کے لیے ایگزیکٹو کمیٹی کی سیٹ پاکستان کے پاس آئی. میں اگر اپنا نام میں نہ کر دوں تو پاکستان نے حاصل کی. اور پھر خواتین و حضرات تیسری مرتبہ مجھے ایک اعزاز حاصل ہوا اب سے چند دن پہلے 5 اکتوبر کو اٹلی کے شہر روم میں انتخابات تھے اور اس مرتبہ میرے دوست مجھے کہتے ہیں I was talking with Mr. Awad and he was telling me you are very dangerous and same I think Hidon is telling me all the time I'm not dangerous but I'm committed. So that was the reason کہ ہم نے ایشیا کے ساتھ ساتھ افریقہ یورپ اور امریکہ کو اپنے ساتھ ملایا اور ہمارے مقابلے میں کوئی امیدوار کسی اور ملک سے کھڑا نہیں ہوا اور مجھے نہ صرف یہ کہ AIPS ایشیا جو ہے اس کا تیسری مرتبہ سیکرٹری جنرل بننے کا اعزاز حاصل ہوا بلکہ میں دوبارہ تیسری مرتبہ عالمی اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ کی تنظیم AIPS کی ایگزیکٹو کمیٹی کا رکن بھی بنا ہوں. یہ وہ تاریخ تھی پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن کی اور اس کے ساتھ ساتھ ہماری جو ایکٹیویٹیز ہیں اس کی. میں کیا چاہتا ہوں؟ میں چاہتا یہ ہوں کہ میں نیشنلسٹ بنوں. نیشنلسٹ بننے کا مقصد یہ نہیں کہ میں کسی سیاسی جماعت کو جوائن کروں. میرے تمام اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ نیشنلسٹ بننا چاہتے ہیں. وہ یہ نہیں چاہتے کسی سیاسی جماعت کے ساتھ منسلک ہوں. ہم چاہتے ہیں اپنے پشاور کا نام روشن کریں, اپنے صوبے کا نام روشن کریں اور آٹومیٹکلی پاکستان کا نام روشن کریں. اس میں ہمیں آپ کا ساتھ چاہیے, ہمیں انٹرنیشنل کمیونٹی کا ساتھ چاہیے. جب ہم پازیٹیو لکھیں گے اپنے ملک میں, یقینی طور پہ غیر ملکی بھی ہمارے لیے بہت اچھا لکھیں گے اور اسی طرح پاکستان کا نام ہوگا. پاکستان کو ہم نے آگے لے کر کے جانا ہے. پاکستان ہماری پریارٹی ہے لیکن نیشنلسٹ بننے کے بعد آپ کا صوبہ, آپ کا شہر بھی آپ کی توجہ چاہتا ہے. مجھے یقین ہے کہ آئندہ بھی ان اجلاسوں کا سلسلہ جو ہے وہ جاری رہے گا اور خاص طور پہ ہم ینگ سپورٹس رپورٹرز تیار کریں گے. اس کانفرنس کی سائیڈ لائن کے اوپر ہم نے فرسٹ ٹائم ان دا ہسٹری آف پاکستان آرگنائز the ینگ سپورٹس ٹریننگ program in which 52 young reporters and all of them were under 30. All of them were under 30. They participated in our young sports reporters training program. 17 people from Afghanistan and all other from all different areas of the Pakistan. So I'm so proud کہ ہم نے 2 دن ان کو ٹریننگ دی. ممتاز شخصیات نے کھیلوں کی آرگنائزرز اور باقی سب لوگ انہوں نے آ کے ان کو سکھایا اور اگلے 2 دن پھر ہم نے ان کو نہ صرف یہ کہ پشاور سپورٹس کمپلیکس میں بھیجا, ہم نے مردان بھیجا, 4 سدہ بھیجا اور کوہاٹ بھیجا. کیونکہ میں چاہتا ہوں میرے صوبے میں جو کام ہوا, اگرچہ جب عاقل شاہ صاحب صوبائی وزیر کھیل ہوا کرتے تھے تو انہوں نے بھی آپ کو خود بتائیں گے کہ کس طرح ٹیررزم کو کاؤنٹر کیا اور کس طرح کھیلوں کے مقابلے کیے. ہم نے کوشش کی اس کو جاری رکھیں اور صوبائی حکومت نے جو سپورٹس کمپلیکسز بنائے ہیں وہ بڑے زبردست ہیں اور بڑے تعریف کے قابل ہیں. جو ہم چاہتے تھے کہ ہمارے ینگ رپورٹرز کو پتہ چلے اور خاص طور پہ ہمارے جو سینئر رپورٹرز یہاں پہ تشریف لائے ہیں ان کو بھی پتہ چلے اور وہ ہمارے ان سپورٹس کمپلیکسز کے بارے میں لکھیں. جب وہ لکھیں گے تو لوگوں کو ہم راغب کرنے میں کامیاب ہوں گے کہ وہ پشاور آئیں اور کھیلوں کے مقابلوں میں حصہ لیں. تو سر ہم نے ایک پروگرام بھی کیا. شاہ صاحب خاص طور پہ آپ تشریف لائے تھے اور آپ نے یقینی طور پہ جائزہ لیا ہوگا اور جو ان کو سرٹیفکیٹ ملے ہیں اس کی کیا خوبصورتی ہے. 3 پریزیڈنٹس کے سائن ہیں. فرام پاکستان اسپورٹس رائٹرز فیڈریشن میں نے کیا ہے, فرام ایشین اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ فیڈریشن ہیدون نے کیا سائن اور پھر جو ورلڈ اسپورٹس جرنلسٹ فیڈریشن ہے اس کے صدر نے بھی اس سرٹیفکیٹ کے اوپر دستخط کیے ہیں. اس سے آپ اندازہ لگائیں کہ کتنی اہم یہ سرٹیفکیٹ ہے. مجھے یقین ہے کہ ساری زندگی یہ سرٹیفکیٹ آپ کے ساتھ رہے گا. آپ کو آج کا دن اور یہ ٹریننگ یاد رہے گی لیکن آپ نے اس شہر کو یاد رکھنا ہے, اس صوبے کو یاد رکھنا ہے اور اس ملک کو یاد رکھنا ہے. میں ان تمام سپورٹس جرنلسٹ کا شکریہ ادا کرنا چاہتا ہوں جو آج کی اس کانفرنس میں شریک ہیں. ہمارے استاد بھی ہیں, ہمارے شاگرد بھی ہیں, ہماری بہنیں, بھائیاں, بیٹیاں, بچے سب موجود ہیں اور یقینی طور پہ اگلے 1 دن اور پھر کل بھی یہ کانفرنس جاری رہے گی. ہم سنیں گے بھی, سنائیں گے بھی اور آپ کے لیے سوالات کا موقع بھی ہوگا. میں آپ سے اجازت چاہوں گا اس امید کے ساتھ کہ اگلا سیشن اس سے بھی زیادہ اچھا ہو اور اس سے اگلا سیشن جو ہے وہ میرے دل کے بہت قریب ہے. تیسرا سیشن جب آپ دیکھیں گے تو مجھے معلوم نہیں کہ پھر ہم بات کر سکیں گے یا نہیں, لیکن آپ کو یقینی طور پہ اس شہر کے بارے میں, اس شہر کی قربانیوں کے بارے میں, پولیس فورس کی جو خدمات ہیں اس کے بارے میں جاننے کا موقع ملے گا. لیڈیز اینڈ جنٹلمین, تھینک یو ویری مچ ونس اگین. اینڈ جسٹ آئی واز ٹاکنگ دیٹ We have today 4 sessions, very important sessions, especially the book launching ceremony of the World Cup Qatar, and then we have a story of the martyrs and the story of a sports trust, and then in the last session we will discuss again regarding the sports. Thank you very much for all, to all the participants, and inshallah mulaqat aapse rehti hai.
We feel proud to be part of your team. Ladies and gentlemen, certainly, as I'm just said, that there are matchless sacrifices rendered by the people of Pakistan, the security forces, and as the delegates are here, they know better what is policing. But what our police did in the war against terror, and how they fought with bravery, how they sacrifices their blood, and they fought at the front line. Certainly, they fought at the front line, and we are here in this Peace and Sports International Conference. So I would like to invite the former Inspector General, Syed Akhtar Ali Shah, to come and obviously through his light on the sacrifices and role of policing in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in particular and in Pakistan in general. So put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Syed Akhtar Ali Shah.
My dear friend, Malik Malik, President, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Sports Writers Association, Honorable Syed Akil Shah Sahab, President, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Olympic Association, distinguished guests, there is no doubt that Amjad Aziz Malik is an iconic figure in the domain of sports journalism, an ardent supporter of peace through sports. I appreciate the efforts of the organizer for arranging the conference on one of the most important topics, international sports and peace. Seeking protection is the basic urge of every human being, and providing protection is the basic duty of every state. And today, when we live in this civilized world, right to life is no longer defined in its narrow sense. Rather, now it is defined in a broader sense, which also includes nourishment, good health, friendly environment, and including sports. And sports is also a symbol of peace. Sports reflects the life, and when we think of peace, it reminds me one of our most celebrated poets, Faiz Ahmad Faiz, who stated that the moment you think of peace, the smiling face of a child, the flow of river, the lush green fields, the henna on the heads of a bride, these are all indicators of peace. War negates peace, and peace symbolizes life. So, unfortunately, the population of this part of the country experience immense hardships under dark shadows of terrorism orchestrated by a mindset to establish Islamic Emirate, using violence as a tool to generate fear, despondency, helplessness. This was being done in order to create an impression that police and security apparatus was unable to provide peace and the courts unable to deliver justice. This brought nothing but death, destruction, and displacement. We witnessed the displacement of 2.5 million of people from Swat in the wake of operations. Similarly, we also witnessed the same phenomena in North Waziristan, in Khyber Regency, in other part of this province. But having said this, when I speak today, thousands of police officials and security personnel from Karachi to Khyber had fallen victim to the attackers while defending the soil, frustrating the designs of those who wanted to install a government with the barrel of the gun. I was witness to the heroic fight of the police in Swat, Banu, Mardan, Shabqadar, Sawabi, and Peshawar, being their commander in the rain of bullets, rockets, and missiles, and suicide squads. Death danced all around, every day and night in Swat. Slaughtering, maiming, killing, and bombing were a regular phenomena. Remaining in police or siding with them meant a death warrant. Knowing well that death awaited them, the police remained firm, and many of them embraced martyrdom, shahadat, for the greater cause of the peace. When deliberating on radicalization, terrorism, and insurgency, militancy, I do not dwell as a theorist. Like a surgeon observed the injury which may be hidden under the skin. Terrorism, yes, I have seen it. I touched it, felt it from the very close quarters, not only when I was called to participate in the operations to claim the scenic valley of Swat from the extremists, but also when my colleagues fell in the line of duty. I felt the gasping breath of terrorist suicide attack when I narrowly escaped but could not prevent my comrades in uniform from embracing Shahadat as they were waiting for me to exit my official residence. Soon after such daredevil attack, the police with new unflinching commitment and resolve would be up ready to face the enemy. No doubt, the police and security forces have responded to the challenge by restoring peace, but also the society as a whole have demonstrated unparalleled resilience. The life went on. At a time when it appeared that everything had fallen, the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa believed in the infallible hope of rise of sun, clearing the dark clouds of fear hovering all around, with a resolve not only the leadership of police with all and rank and file along with the people stood like a rock, but also writers like Amjad Aziz Malik kept the torch of peace alive by promoting peace through his pen and lenses. On this occasion, I must also applaud the spirit of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Olympic Association under the dynamic leadership of Sayyid Aqil Shah. As a Minister for Sports, by organizing 31st National Games, proving to the world that terrorism and violent extremism can be countered through sports, and he proved it. Sports are the best antidote to violent extremism, rather against all vices. Through this medium, not only stress and anxiety could be managed, but also all kinds of violence. The need is to provide opportunities in the form of playgrounds for football, cricket, hockey, basketball, gymnasium, and other halls for indoor games in proportion to the increasing population. Here, I would also mention that, as one of the philosophers stated, that education is the preparation of mind and body for life. So, sport is also a part of the education. It is a part of our syllabus, and any country which wants to progress has to focus on sports for better education. I once again congratulate the organizers of this conference for arranging such a eventful event, and it will be remembered in the annals of history and will go a long way in promoting peace through sports. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, certainly as Sayyid Akhtar Ali Shah discussed about the most passionate games, the 31st National Games, and it was also declared as the best game in Pakistan ever held. So the time was when there were around bomb blasts, there were many happenings like law and order situation, militancy and insurgency. But as there are more legends of sports in front of me, they contributed, and part of Sayyid Aqil Shah, who led the way and held such a wonderful game, the 31st National Game. I would like Sayyid Aqil Shah, but before recognizing his services by the government of Pakistan, he was awarded Sitara Imtiaz. So put your hand together for his services he rendered for sports. Ladies and gentlemen, Sayyid Aqil Shah.
Honorable Mr. Hee Don Jong, President of AIPS, Secretary General Mr. Amjad Malik, and we also have sport journalists and delegates from 10 countries. Now this is a big conference, and this is the second time that I'm attending such a conference in this same hall. At the very outset, I would like to welcome you all to the historical city of Peshawar and the land of hospitality. There's so many faces that I see here. Journalists from all over Pakistan, and especially young journalists that I addressed a few days ago at the China window are the president of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Sports Writers Association, Mr. Asim, and Secretary General of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Sports Writers Association, Mr. Afridi, Secretary General of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Olympic Association, Mr. Zulfikar Bhatt, and then we also have two very important members of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Olympic Association, that is Mr. Dr. Tahir, the chairman of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Tennis Association and also Vice President of the Pakistan Tennis Federation. We have here now my friend, and I learned a lot from Mr. Akhtar Ali Shah, who is also President of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Rugby Association. And we, of course, can't forget naming Mr. Qamar Zaman, who is a big name in the world of squash, as he remained a world champion for so many times, squash internationally. And we have journalists from all over Pakistan. I can see Mr. Malik sitting next to me, and Alam Zev Saab has flown all the way from Karachi, and so many other dignitaries. And I am these delegates from Afghanistan. Singachamataso the Barlazum Veleo. I believe that you're a part of us. Monga Khuda wa yu chillaro bar yo Afghan. And I also must tell the delegates from Afghanistan, very few people may be knowing, that my father, late Lala Yu, played for Afghanistan in the 1936 Berlin Olympics. He was sent on exile by the Britishers, and he went to Afghanistan, and he lived 14 years in Afghanistan. And also that I promised you the other day that very soon we're going to have various events between the Afghans living here in Peshawar and the Peshawar teams. And I've already talked to our volleyball secretary, and we're going to have a match very soon in the Peshawar gymnasium. Akhtar Ali Shah talked about the time when this part of the world was engulfed with insurgency and war against terror. When the military was fighting this war of terror, the police force and other security agencies and the politicians were fighting this war politically. We faced this insurgency. We blocked this insurgency by way of holding innumerable sports events. 2 times we held the interprovincial games, and twice we held the national games here in Peshawar. And that is how our soft image was portrayed throughout the world. Now, subject here you say peace and sports. Sports and peace are interlinked. And sports is the most secular that on the globe. Why do we say secular? Because when you go to the Olympics, for example, and they line up on the track, you will see athletes from all religions. from all nationalities and all colors, and that is how it becomes secular. And like Malik said, nationalism, of course, everybody is there to fight for his or her country. And I would also like to tell Mr. Hee Don Jung, the worthy president, that the first time that I went to Seoul, to Korea, was in the Seoul Olympics. I took the Pakistan contingent as its secretary. And then I went 2 more times in my capacity as the Minister for Archaeology. We went to Korea and we went around almost all the places where they had their Buddhist centers. And also you must know that very near Peshawar, Tasbai is the hub of Gandhara dynasty. And like I was reading this morning in the news also, and Amjad Malik also said that you went around Peshawar and other places. Now Peshawar is a historical city. It is more than 2,500 years old, more than 25 centuries that this city has been in place. And from times immemorial, so many Alexander the Great and Ashoka and Buddha and the Mongols, the Mughals came to Pakistan via the Khyber Pass. Now, the Khyber Pass is a very historical pass actually. I've been given 15 minutes to talk, and it is my utmost pleasure to be addressing this very august gathering. And all those delegates that have come here, you've been taken around Peshawar and you went to Khyber Pass and all those places, and you must have gone to the museum also. And you can see for yourself that we in Peshawar believe in looking after our guests. Whenever we have a guest come into our house, we would do anything. If the host is a poor family, they will borrow or whatever, but they will lay the best meals for you. That is what we are famous for, not only in Pakistan, not only in Asia, but world over. I've read books of various historians that visited Pakistan and Peshawar, and they always said that this is actually the land of hospitality, and that makes us proud of Peshawar. And I'm sure that you'll be looked after, and you have abundant heritage and cultural sites here in Peshawar that if you go around and you look at them, and you must be having a guide with you who will tell you all these things. Now, myself, I welcome you to this conference in my capacity as Senior Vice President of the Pakistan Olympic Association. Our President was invited, Lieutenant General Sayyid Arif Hassan, but he's indisposed, and then I believe he's out of the country right now. But I'm here representing the Pakistan Olympic Association. Like I said earlier, that is in that capacity that I'm welcoming you here. I'm also President of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Olympic Association, and I have been to, I can't even remember as to how many countries I've been to in my capacity as a member of the Pakistan Olympic Association. I've remained Secretary of the Pakistan contingent in Seoul back in 1988. I've remained a Chief Division of Pakistan in 2 Olympics, the London Olympics and the Beijing Olympics. And then I have remained Chief Division of the Pakistan contingent at Victoria, Canada in the 1992 Commonwealth Games. And innumerable times I've been to all the South Asian countries. And I have learned a lot. not only from books, but by traveling and watching games at various venues. Amjad Malik, you have achieved this position on your own. He's worked very hard. He struggled a lot. The first time we met was, I don't know, 4 decades or 5 decades ago. And then began his journey. And now he is Secretary General of the Asian Sports Writers Federation. Now, no sports, if I organize an event and the sport journalists are not there, the event has no value, because it is your camera and your pen that is going to portray our soft image in the world. If you hold a very big function here, a sports function, and the sports journalist is not there, who will know? We will say in Urdu, jungle mein mor nacha, kisne dekha? So for that, it is very important. And I must appreciate the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Sports Writers Association. They are all young, like Asim is a young handsome man, and so is Afridi, and their team, they really work hard. And their cameramen, and of course the electronic and printed media. At the very end again, you must have enjoyed your stay here in Peshawar, and you must have been looked after by Amjad Malik. I have a hotel here in Peshawar, but right now it is closed for renovation, or else whenever any foreigners come to Peshawar, I do invite them over for at least a cup of tea. But I really beg your pardon that the hotel is closed. I have a small house though, and these delegates are invited very cordially to come over to my place for a cup of tea. You can spare the time, and we can sit down and we can chat like friends. Now this is like a formal conference, but when we are in room talking to each other, I've got so many stories to tell, and I have so many stories to listen to, because this is also the charm of sports. When you interact with each other from all nations in this globe, you learn a lot, and you have a lot to say to the people. May you have a good stay here, and a memorable stay, and may you go back to your countries and have a safe journeys, all of you. और जो यहाँ पर हमारे पाकिस्तान के नुमाइंदे बैठे हुए हैं, बच्चियाँ बैठे हुए हैं, यहाँ पर जितने भी हमारे देखने वाले बैठे हुए हैं, मैं आप तमाम को एक को each and everyone, मैं आपको दिल की गहराइयों से मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूँ इस कामयाब कॉन्फ्रेंस के ऊपर, जो और हम और फिर भी इंशाल्लाह कभी मिलेंगे। अल्लाह ताला आप तमाम का हामी नासिर हो। अल्लाह आप तमाम के घरों के ऊपर अपना करम करे, आपके बुजुर्गों के ऊपर और आपके बच्चों के ऊपर, और संगत आगा को पुख्तों के वही खुशहाल होसाए, वो सदा आबाद होसाए। Thank you so very much, and may Allah be with you. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a message for the Vice President of the AIPS World. Thank you, Anna, for correcting me. And the name is Suzo Chisho. It's okay? Yeah. So the message is there, a video message about this Peace and Sports Conference.
Dear Excellencies, dear Mr. President of the AIPS, Mr. Johnny Merlo, dear Vice President of AIPS, dear Mr. President of Pakistan Sports Writers Federation and Secretary General of AIPS Asia, Mr. Amjad Aziz Malik, dear EC members, dear distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to once again participate in an event of such importance in Pakistan at the request of Mr. Amjad Aziz Malik, the President of Pakistan Sports Writers Federation. In 2017, it was of particular importance to me that I was invited and personally present in Islamabad, at the Extraordinary Congress of AIPS Asia, and I had the opportunity to deliver the opening speech. On this occasion now, unfortunately, I cannot be present in person at the Peace and Sports Conference in Peshawar due to other professional duties, but I'm humbled to be asked to share some of my thoughts on the matter. Last time, I mentioned that even from a country so far away as Hungary is in Europe, we could see and hear about the destruction and the pain what terrorism has brought into the part of this world, how Pakistan had been suffering from the hardships caused by terrorism, and what losses it had to or even have to still face. At least 90,000 innocent human lives became a victim of terrorism, causing tens of thousands of broken family stories and a paralyzed economy. The era of peace has now arrived, but at the same time, the country is not in an easy situation today either, as we also know and hear about the damage caused by the unexpected flood in Pakistan. This natural disaster again forced many tens of millions of people to leave their homes, and the flood unfortunately has claimed human lives in the past weeks and months as well. Of course, we wish the quickest recovery for the country from this natural disaster, and we Hungarians, and I personally, keep these hopes in my prayers. The fact that this historic peace and sports conference was able to take place in such difficult external circumstances give a particular importance to this event, because this is yet another step on the road to normalization. The founder of the International Olympic Committee, Monsieur Pierre de Coubertin, wrote in the Ode to Sport, "O sport, your peace. You promote happy relations between people, bringing them together in their shared devotion to a strength which is controlled, organized, and self-disciplined. From you, the young worldwide learn self-respect, and thus the diversity of national qualities becomes the source of a generous and friendly rivalry." As a former member of the Hungarian national gymnastics team in 1984, in then the socialist Hungary, I had to experience what it means when a country boycotts the Olympics for purely political reasons. And therefore, unfortunately, I missed the first Olympics of my life, for which I had been preparing and practicing since I was 5 years old. In 1988, I was there in the Seoul Olympic Games in the gymnastics finals, but ever since, I have been announcing in every possible forum that politics should stay out of sports. In fact, I believe that sports can bring peace to a country, to create the possibility to look differently for a country's capabilities and capacities by training athletes and by organizing international sporting events. I wish that Pakistan recovers as soon as possible from the difficulties caused by the terrorism and becomes a land and a country that is capable to organize sport events, maybe even international sport events, which will help to put the country back on the international map of the sporting world. To have this long-term plan come true, everyone has to make efforts. What we as sport journalists can add to this development is also crucial, since we give a voice to the international and local sport events. Pakistan sports writers, sport journalists, and sports diplomats has a crucial role in this process. Therefore, I wish them countless energy and health prosperous future, and all the best. I wish you a great conference and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Suzo. Ladies and gentlemen, another key message regarding the Peace and Sports Conference. And the person behind all sports journalists across the world, certainly a big supporter of sports and peace. The man is Johnny Marlowe, the president of the World Sports Journalist Federation. Another message he given about the Peace and Sports Conference. So listen to Mr. Johnny Marlowe.
Esteemed authorities, esteemed guests, esteemed athlete, but especially dear Amjad Malik Saad. I think that he is the heart of this organization. He has launched some months ago the idea of this peace and sport. I think that he has looked in the future when he has begun this process, because in this moment we need a lot of peace and we need a lot of sport to bridge new situation, to go overcome what is going on in the world with the crazy war, and especially with the situation that create tension between the country and trying to bring tension also inside the world of sport. I think that Amjad, sorry if I call him only Amjad because we are friends, and here we are between friends, and we have to talk exactly as we talk normally when we discuss about all our problems regarding sport, culture and tourism. I think that in this case Amjad has put all together, but he has also pointed his finger on another important matter, another important word, peace. Do you know what it means, peace? It means that everybody can go out to meet friends and to create a better future for everybody. Is this the point? Amjad has understood because it's very sensitive. And I think that I'm very proud to have him in my executive, and we talk a lot during the year. And I learn also a lot from him, from his culture, because he is not only a journalist, he's a man of culture, as I told before. And the culture, especially in this moment, is very important, because it's the only tool that can help us to come out from the gray hole in which we are living now. Because after the COVID that has destroyed so many hope of so many people and has destroyed also many lives. Now there is war, there are tensions all around the world, and we have to overcome this. We have to work together to go in the direction that our Father has shown to us, the way of the peace. That is not so easy, you know it. But it's important that we work together, united, to reach this point. Because only a peaceful world can help all the people to live better, to increase their level of living. It's not the war that is solving the problem. It's the war the problem, the real problem for the humankind everywhere. Only the peace can develop the culture, can develop the possibility for the new generation to have a better future. And I think that Amjad has sought to this when he has begun the process to organize this event. You have seen the program. It's a full program all the day long. Why? Because to show that the life is so, must be lived in every moment. And in every moment we have to work together. There is the moment to relax after. When we reach the point, we have success. And I think that Amjad and all the other colleagues, Idong that is there, the new president of AIPS Asia, that is new, and he is very lucky that he has as Secretary General Amjad, the man that is the engine of an organization. And I'm only sorry that I cannot be with you personally, because I think that I could also hug him and hug everybody of you, because in this moment everybody of us has the need to hug each other, because we are, in some moment, we feel also, I don't know, uncomfortable. We see that it's difficult to be optimistic for the future. But when we are together, when we can look each other in the eyes, we understand that it's possible to come out from this situation and to come out in a better way, because with the goodwill we can go everywhere. And for this piece of sport, I think the success is already here, and we have only to continue, perhaps every year, perhaps to make something really special, a kind of forum, of expo, or something, because Amjad is always full of idea, and I think that his idea deserves to be followed. And for this reason, I send you a big hug to everybody. Ciao.
Now, I would like to invite another very loving country, beautiful country. A person is here with us, the executive member of AIPS from Romania. I invite Mr. Emanuel Fantanana.
Thank you for this great opportunity to be here. It's to the Amjad Malik, our friend, my friends, and the Pakistan Writer Association. It's a very big association in our world, in our sports world, written sports world. I say you one little history begin. When many years, I keep for me how many years, I first step in my redaction, the chief redactor of the time give me not the card of the redaction, but give me the card of AIPS for first and our national association. And after, sure, the card of my redaction. Because the AIPS, because our world, the sports journalist is very big, is very important in the world of in the society in general, and the world of the sports. This conference has a particularity, a topical theme, a markedly important moment in the special journey, a unique effort to explore the lessons that sport offers the global challenge of peace and development. You remember in the 2000, at the inaugural Laureus World Sports Award, founding patron Nelson Mandela declared that sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite the people. What is the value of the sport and the peace? In the one hand is excellence and the friendship, respect, courage, inspiration. And the other hand is optimism, transparency, excellence, creativity. If you put face to face, maybe it's the same value. For the peace and for the sport has the same value. Value, it's who determine one way to all together, to mass together in the same situation. Sport, it's also used to promote positive value in the society in general. By demonstrating this value and of the field, sports people become positive role model, particularly for young people. Sport is a powerful tool to promote peace, tolerance, and understanding, bringing people together across the board, culture and religion. Its intrinsic values such as teamwork, fairness, discipline, and respect. It promotes universal value and not limit to language or culture. The sports and the peace role and the crucial role in the world. If it is unanimous opinion among analysts, it recognizes sports as vital factor in the sustainable development and recognizes the grounding contribution of sport to development and peace. But this notion all day, every hour, I think it's the value of the sport and the peace. It's much great idea to stay in the mind of all of us to write the better article, the better promote to sport, to promote this peace. But I not time to develop many pages about this topical, but I need to say something word about the mission of the media in the sports, between the sports and the peace. We are living in the world where real peace is becoming increasingly elusive, driven away by gunfire, coup d'etat, bombing, doping, corruption, and more. We must continue to work to that peace may reign in the world and our time to be better and more peaceful for present and the future generation. You are the future generation, young reporter. That is why the word of the media is particularly important in promoting the true value of the sport and the world under the scene of the peace. Thank you very much for this opportunity to be together to try to contribute to creation of the framework as favorable as possible to the sport under the scene of the white dove. We are here in the very important and very, I not word exactly, he's in the Peshawar. It's the land of peace, a land of purity. And I think all of us will be present here. We need to take more to contribute to develop this atmosphere and promote this atmosphere to the world of the media, the world of the sports. For this, I must also thank to the Sports Press Association of Pakistan, President Amjad Malik, member of AIPS Executive Committee, but also to all supported him to materialize this initiative, because the sport press everywhere play an important role in promoting sport in the climate of peace favorable to development. Thank you all for this special opportunity. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, certainly we have a distinguished guest, obviously the President of the Asian Sports Federation, AIPS Asia, and he will speak about how sports is important for peace. Put your hands together for the President of the AIPS Asia, Mr. Hee Dong Ji.
Good morning. Assalamualaikum. 안녕하세요. Yes, this is a great honor for me to be able to join this wonderful Peace and Sports Conference. Also, I'm super happy to meet boys and girls, young sports journalists every day. So, are you happy? Yes. Today, I'm going to talk about how sports is important for peace. before I talk about this issue, necessarily I need to talk about how I became sports reporter. It was 1992, 30 years ago. I started working as a new young sports reporter. That time I passed the examination test of a very famous Korean newspaper, one of Korean newspaper, Korea Times. So that time, 30 reporters, we were trained together as a new employee. At that time, all new young reporters were assigned to the police stations as crime reporters. So I always met with the police officer. Also, I went to the murder scene, fire scene, hospital, and began to identify the dead and people who ruined, people who hurt, and I have to write about the article about them. At that time in Korea, journalists, they educations just like military training. You know, in general, the senior reporters, they demanded a lot of difficult things in the name of training. So even I slept every day. I slept less, 2 or 3 hours, and I should do many things, difficult things. One time I remember I had waited from midnight to noon, almost 12 hours. I hide in front of a very famous businessman. I tried to get the interview. This was very difficult situations. But after that, it was very difficult process. But through that educations, I was able to learn self-confidence and the kind of a grit, how to professionalism, how to make people, how to create a good network, and as you know, and also patience and accuracy, punctuality, good judgment as a journalist. After 6 months, each journalist could choose the field which they want to work. For example, there are many categories, many fields. For example, politics, economics, culture, entertainment, and so on. So everyone want to be a journalist of politics and economic part. Why? This is very popular and also very influential. But personally, I was interested in entertainment field. Why? That time I expect the entertainment sector will grow rapidly. So I want to be an entertainment journalist. But many my friends and my people, they told me, please don't go to entertainment field. You got some sports image. You got some sports images. So hopefully it is likely to go with you very well. So, and also that time I was very popular because I was active. So the senior reporter of political department, they tried to scout me. But anyway, I rejected, and I tried to be an entertainment journalist. But what happened? My plan was, I experienced and I get the knowledge in entertainment field. After that, maybe 10 years later, I would like to start entertainment business. Such as there are very rich nowadays in Korea. Nowadays, very rich successful entertainment company, just like Hive and SM. They are making a lot of money. And also, maybe I could create the Korean K-pop group, just such as BTS and Blackpink. Who knows? Yes. So maybe I missed the chance to be a millionaire or a billionaire, or very famous businessman, but I'm very proud of, I'm sports reporters, and that's why I'm here. So for me, so after that, that was my first step to become a sports reporter. So I felt while working as more than 30 years as a sports reporter, I felt sports world is like a small world of life. It's a microcosm of life. It makes people happy. It makes people cry. It makes people sometimes angry. So we watched victory, defeat, tears, joy, cheers, everything, life happening in our life while watching the sports game. So, but what I think is sports is not a 100%, but I believe sports has many positive aspects. This is very important. This is very important. Sports makes people healthy. So sports make people think right way. So positive thinking is a very, very important fact in our lives. So I think these sports positive factors are also playing very important role in the peace process. Originally, the Olympic Games begins when the ancient Greek cities, they stopped fighting and joined sports event. Also, we have seen many countries relieve political tension and made a closer relationship with the uncomfortable countries. So the best example is my country, Korea. South Korea and North Korea, we has been divided more than 70 years since 1950 Korean War. Politically, sometimes good, sometimes bad. We have been on good times and bad terms. But in the sports field, we have been cooperate. We have been doing very well. We marched together with the Korean Peninsula flag, without the Korean North Korea South flag. We made a new flag with the Korean Peninsula map flag. When we marched together in the opening ceremony, Asian Games, Olympic Games. Also, we made unified team in the table tennis and women hockey team. So they competed together, and we get a very good result. So I believe Korea is the best example who achieved peace through sports. So I'm very proud of it. So how can sports play a more active role in world peace? Personally, I think the peace is strongly related to humanity or love for humans. Not only the country, but also people's personality. Okay, but think about. So if you consider your other people with love, if you try understand your other people, this is very essential. For example, okay, me and Malik, we are very good friends. We were very good friends. This is the second visit for me, Pakistan. 2017, I visited Islamabad. No, I have watched, I have known about your country through maybe I read from newspaper or I watched the television. I knew about, but if I meet your cultures, this is wonderful. I could understand more. I could better know about your culture, your food. I could understand much more. This is very meaningful. So the more I learn about your country, the more I respect, the more I love your country. This is very meaningful mutual understanding. This is very important factor in terms of peace and sport. So what I need is another important factor is education for young generations. Sports is now we are facing many challenges: commercialism, doping, match fixing, and stadium violence. Even there is a racism and especially and racism also is having bad impact in the sports fields. Also fake news. This is, I believe, fake news is most dangerous thing for the especially young generations. It leads people in wrong directions. Especially, young people are less experienced and less self-confidence to judge which is good or bad, which is right direction, wrong directions. So especially young generations, this is a very difficult time for them to find what is truth or not. So I think we need to get trained more young generation with the following way. So this is so young generation can develop their values and professionalism through good educations. So they will lead our sports society in right directions. Eventually, we can contribute to promoting world peace and humanity. So in this respect, I think the AIPS and AIPS Asia young reporter programs can also contribute greatly to world peace. So I'm 100% sure that education for young generation is the most valuable investment for world peace and the sports. So especially my friend Amjad Malik Aziz, you hosted this, you arranged this wonderful conference. So I'm sure you made a very valuable platform and very valuable asset for the future of sports. So I would like to appreciate your hard working, your leadership. Also, I would like, appreciate the staff who arranged this wonderful conference. Also, I would like to thank to all distinguished guests and participants all from all over the world. Your presence and your warm speech will be great encouragement for the young generation. So thank you very much. Shukran. 감사합니다.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I invite the Vice President of the Pakistan Olympic Association and President Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Olympic Association, Syed Akil Shah, on stage for shield distribution among all delegates of this Peace and Sports Conference. Now, the first shield for recognition of his services as the President of the Asian Sports Journalists Federation, AIPS Asia, I invite Mr. He Dong Jing to receive his shield from Syed Akil Shah. So put your hand together for Mr. He. Another good friend. Thank you, Mr. He, for extending services. Now, another good friend, Mr. Emmanuel Fantenana. Please come out here and receive your shield in recognition of your services as AC member of the World Sports Journalists Federation. Another shield for Mr. Eldar Ismailov. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, from Azerbaijan. And now I request for her shield Nagas Muhammad Zadi, a member of the Azerbaijan Journalist Association. Another shield for an Hungarian journalist, photojournalist, Anna. I request Miss Anna to receive her shield. Certainly, she will carry a message of peace to the rest of the world through, because she is working with AP as photojournalist. A very good friend, and he always visited Peshawar and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Journalist from Nepal, Naranjan. Put your hands together for Mr. Naranjan, who is also treasurer of the Asian Sports Journalists Federation. Now I request Mr. Izhar Athan to come over here and receive his shield. He is from another brotherly country, Malaysia. A friend from Afghanistan. I request Mr. Samiullah Sirat to come and receive his shield for his recognition of his services he rendered for the people of Afghanistan as sports journalist. आपकी तालियों में मजा नहीं है. Now I would like Mr. Ram Krishna from Sri Lanka. Another sports loving country. Now I would like a sports journalist, Mr. Awad bin Mubarak from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now I request Mr. Awad bin Mubarak, a media representative, sports journalist from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to come over here, and he has a shield for Mr. Amjad Aziz Malik. Okay. Mr. Emmanuel Fantanana please come over here. He has more things for Mr. Amjad Aziz Malik.